Yo, what is good on my fellow monsters and hunters of share? Godsend Killer here, of course, bring you guys some more Evolved. Now, recently we got ourselves a new hunter variant, and that hunter is Tech Sergeant Hank. And on this video, I'm pretty much going to discuss what can he do and what makes him different than the original Hank. So, if that sounds interesting to you, do stay around and watch the whole video. But before I get into all that, I just wanted to say I hope you guys had a good Christmas day or no happy holidays in general. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying yourselves, your vacations from work or from school. Whatever it is you do, hopefully you got some good eating going on. Enjoy hanging out with your loved ones, and hopefully got some good gifts. So just wanted to say that first. But anyways, let's get into Tech Sergeant Hank. Now, what can he do? Now, Tech Sergeant Hank has three different things that's different. His laser cutter, his orbital barrage, which is called the orbital drill, and his shield charger. Now, let's talk about the shield charger because this is what you're going to see a lot of in this gameplay video right here. Now, with the shield charger, it's a lot different than the Hank's original Hank's, I should say, energy shield. As we all know, with the original Hank, all you have to do is just point your laser at whoever you're trying to shield, and the hunter you're pointing at gets a full bar shield, assuming they're not getting beat up on by the monster. Now, with Tech Sergeant Hank, his shielding is a lot slower. It takes time for a hunter to actually get a decent amount of shield, but as you can see with Abe right here, you keep the shield that Tech Sergeant Hank shields you with. So essentially, you get pretty much like a second bar of health or a personal shield, depending on how you want to look at it. Of course, it's not as good as a personal shield, but you keep any bit of shield that Tech Sergeant Hank shields you with. So with Tech Sergeant Hank, it's more about shielding before the battle than it is the actual battle with the original Hank. That's how normally you would do it, but you can give people pretty much your whole team personal shields. Up next, let's talk about Hank's orbital barrage, which is called the orbital drill with Tech Sergeant Hank. Now, as you can tell, it's clearly a giant laser and not just a couple of bombs dropping down. One of the differences with these is that the orbital drill is more of a dot damage move than it is a burst damage move. Definitely, the orbital barrage is good in that department. It will do a lot of damage, assuming the monster stays in it. And it's not to say that the orbital drill won't do a lot of damage, but it's not going to be as much because you have to take into account that the monster will be moving around, not just stay in it for the whole duration that the laser is out. Now, the laser actually can track monsters at close range, meaning that it will follow them, and also it stays out on the field longer, so it can act as a little bit of a deterrent to kind of like scare the monster away, so the hunters can get a couple of seconds of breathing room to kind of regroup and get their stuff together. So it doesn't necessarily do as much damage as the orbital barrage does, I should say, but it does have the tracking ability, and of course it does stay out longer in the field. Then the last difference with Tech Sergeant Hank is his laser cutter. Now, unlike the original laser cutter where it shoots out essentially laser projectiles, this laser cutter shoots out a laser beam. So you do get shorter range than the original Hank, but you do get a laser beam that recharges a lot faster, and it's kind of easy to hit the monster with. At least with Behemoth, it was really easy to keep on target with the laser cutter. And I know that's probably not saying much because Behemoth is a big old target. You know, it's kind of hard not to be able to hit Behemoth, but it seemed pretty easy to hit monsters with, and it may be able to do a little bit more damage. I could be wrong about that because I don't have official stats that can support my claim, but it seemed like this Tech Sergeant Hank's laser cutter did a little bit more damage. Maybe that's because you can keep on target a little bit easier with the laser, and it seems to recharge a lot faster than the original laser cutter. So maybe overall it's just doing a lot more damage, but I could be wrong about that. But anyways, guys, this was Tech Sergeant Hank and pretty much what he can do and what makes him different than the original Hank. You guys let me know in the comments below, how do you feel about Tech Sergeant Hank? Do you think he's really valuable? Do you think he sucks? So far, I'm hearing opinions that he's not really that valuable and that he sucks. Honestly, I really can't say because I haven't been playing him that much at all. I want to give him more time before I say if he's good or not. In concept, giving people the shield charger, I should say, giving people like a personal shield seems good in concept, but once it's gone, it's really hard to shield people when you're in battle, so I can see why people would be kind of a little bit frustrated with that, but it's hard to say right now, honestly, it really is. But anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please do leave a thumbs up. It always does help, and I will try to have a video for this for Wasteland Maggie, assuming nothing doesn't get in the way of making that video. So if you're new, do stay around for some more Evolve content. But until next time, you guys take it easy. Laters.